So in the previous class, we learned about applications and how to create applications. So I assume everyone has completed their assignment, right? Okay, good. So in this session, we are going to learn about objects, how we can create custom objects. In the system. Soundaryam, are you using headphones or is it on the speaker? Just give me a moment, right? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, then we can start the session now. Archana, don't worry. What you can do is you can go to the previous class recording, okay? And from there you can learn how you can create applications in the system. So don't worry about it. This topic is completely different. Okay, so let's get started. So in the previous class, we created recruiting application. Okay, and now in this class, we are going to create a custom object. Okay, and columns in that particular custom objects. So we have two custom objects. Okay, one is position. Position tracks, it actually tracks all the positions in all stages of the process, from those that are open to maybe completed or cancelled. Okay, so we are going to create a position object in the system and using that position object, it will going we can track all the open positions or the positions which are in progress, sorry, in process or completed or cancelled. Okay, then there is the second object, candidate object. Okay, so using this object we can track all the candidates who apply for a particular position. Okay, including the status of their application we can see. So in this demo we are going to create position object. Okay, then what I want you to do is, as an assignment, we will give you position and candidate object and create these two objects in your system. Okay, so let's try to create position object. Okay, so let me first go to the application. This is the application which we created, recruiting, and I added these two tabs, accounts and leads. Okay, today I'm going to remove this leads tab because we don't need this particular tab in this application. Okay, now we want to create position and candidate object, and those two object tabs we can add it over here. Okay, so in order to create position object, go to setup here. This is on the right hand side. Okay, this is called setup here. Then click on setup. Okay, now this is the setup page. Okay, here in this setup page we have object manager on the left hand side. Either you can create it from here or you can just search it like object manager in the quick find box. Okay, from here also you can create, but the easiest way, which I think, is because Salesforce has already given a shortcut, it is already given the button. Okay, so directly go to the object manager instead of searching it in the quick find box. So click on this object manager. Okay, now you will see the list of all objects which are currently present in your system. Okay, in the object manager, and these are all the standard objects. Okay, you can see here the type as well, label and name. Okay, so this is where you will find all the object lists, whether it is standard or custom. Okay, as of now we have not yet created any custom object. That's the reason we cannot see it. Okay, over here, but as soon as we will create that particular object, we're going to add it over here. Okay, so remember, whenever you want to make any changes, okay, in any particular object, you'll have to come to the object manager. Okay, this is a pretty basic step. Okay, I want you to remember. So here, these are all the list of objects, and now we want to create a new object. Okay, so we have a button called create on the right hand side. Okay, click on this button and then click on custom object. Okay, what we did is, first we go to the setup here, clicked on setup, then we clicked on this object manager button. It opens all the list of the objects currently present in your system. Okay, and then we clicked on this create button on the right side and click on custom object. Okay, now I clicked on custom create custom object, and this is the page open where we have to enter the information, okay, about the custom object. So the label will be position. Okay, and object name, it's the API name or unique name. Okay, we can say system automatically takes this name from label. Okay, now we have to give the plural label. Here example is also given. For example, if we are creating, let's say, account object, okay, then the object name will be account and plural will be accounts, right? So exactly similar we have to apply over here. So it will be positions, okay? Label is position, plural label is positions. Now, in the description, enter, you can enter anything. Okay, here the default setting will be on. Okay, we are not going to touch anything. Then record name. Okay, so record name, it's the field which automatically gets created in the system as soon as you create any custom object. Okay, so each and every object will have multiple records and those records will have a unique name, right? For example, like this, in the account, if we go to the account, okay, and if we go to the all accounts, you will see we have different accounts over here. Okay, as soon as I click on new button, the first thing it will ask me is account name. Okay, so similarly here, when we create a new custom object, a name field will automatically get created. Okay, and the data type will be text. So when we create a custom object, we can select data type here for the name field, either text or auto number. Okay, text means it is a simple plain text field, okay, where you can enter values. Okay, and auto number means if we select auto number here, then we have to give some number, okay, and the starting number, some format, display format, and the starting number. And then whenever we will create a new record in the system, okay, Salesforce will automatically generate any number for that particular record. But since here we are going to enter position name, okay, we will select here as text. Okay, record name will be same, the field name will be same, position name. Okay, I'm not gonna make any change over here. So it will be position name and text. Then we have some of the optional features. For example, allow reports, allow activities, tracking, field history tracking. Okay, so these are optional features. You can enable it at the time of object creation, or else, let's say, you have not enabled this, okay, options, and later on there is a requirement to track some of the field history. Okay, so you can always come back to the object setting and you can check these check boxes. Okay, so that feature will be available for your object. Allow reports means we will be able to create report in on this particular object. Okay, we can create activities means task event on this particular object. Track field history means we can track this particular object's field history. So for that purposes, Salesforce has given this optional feature. Okay, so we can later on also enable this feature even if we have not enabled now, okay, at the time of object creation. Then these will be the default settings. Okay, I'm not gonna make any changes. Just remember that deployment status, it should always be deployed. Okay, now you are creating in your developer org, so it will be deployed. But in some cases, what happens? Okay, let's say you are working in an organization, okay, and there you are working in your sandbox or okay, which is a copy of production. So you cannot directly create anything in the production. Okay, first you have to create it in the sandbox or you have to test it, and then you can send it to the production part. So you can do set this up is in development. Okay, but remember that if you set it up is in development, okay, and you have given access to all your users and everything, okay, still they will not be able to view it because the status is in development. So if you want to launch this object fully, okay, to your user, make sure that the deployment status will be deployed. Okay. Okay. Here, search status. In the search status, I'm going to check this checkbox, allow search. Okay. So it will allow me to search any record here in the global search. Here in the global search. Now, these two are the last settings in the custom object. Okay. First one is add nodes and attachment related list to default page layout. Okay. And this is only available when we create any object. Okay. Or create any custom object. Let's say that you have created a custom object without checking this checkbox for nodes and attachment. Okay, and later on you realize that this particular object needs an option to upload documents or anything, then you won't be able to come to this object again and add this nodes and attachment. There is a different related list, we can say, so that we can add, but this will not be available. Okay, because since this is only available when we create a custom object. Okay, so I'm going to select, and this is the one for to create a tab. Okay, launch new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object, meaning that we are creating this custom object. Okay, that is great, but how your users will be able to view this object? Okay, because this will be in the backend, right? So yesterday I told you we have to create a tab, okay, and we have to add that tab in the application so that your users will be able to access that particular object. For example, account. Okay, so account is the standard object and the tab is already created by Salesforce. Lead is also standard object. Okay, once you create a tab, then only you can add it in the application. Sometimes what happens, it has actually happened in the past, or we can say previous batches, that uh, you know students are creating custom object, but they are not creating tabs. Okay, and when they try to add this particular object in the recruiting application, they won't see any tab over there. Okay, so remember that always create tab custom object. Okay, so I'm going to launch it from here. Even if you did not launch it from here, let's say you forgot to create a custom tab, okay, then later on you can create it. Okay, we have an option to create a custom tab, don't worry. So what you need to do is you just have to come up to the setup page and here enter tab. Okay, now click on tabs. And from here, for custom object, we have to create a new tab. Okay, this is the process if you have forgot to create a custom tab from here. Okay, so let me close this because I'm going to create it and I'm going to launch it after this page. Okay, so I'll just simply click on save before that, let's just see all the settings once again. We have label. Okay, object name it has automatically taken from label, position, description, record name is type is text. We have selected this feature, allow reports, activities, track history, track. Okay, these are all the by default settings. Okay, we have enabled this allow search, and the last two checkboxes. One is for notes and attachment, and one is for create. Now let's click on save. So as soon as I click on save, it will redirect me to create a tab. Okay, this is the same page. Here, the object is automatically showing as position. Why? Because only one custom object we have in our organization. Okay, so that's the reason you will see only one name in the object list. Okay, now select the tab style. You can select anything. As soon as I click on any magnifying glass, it will gonna show up like this. I'm just gonna select whichever the first one is. That's it. Object is position, tab style I have. That's it. You can enter description and click on next. Okay. Once we click on next, the next page is to set the visibility for that particular tab for your users. Okay. So as of now, just keep first one, apply one visibility to all profiles. Okay, which is default on. If we say default on, then we will be able to see this in the apply tab visibility to each. Okay, let's say only administrator should have access and the other you don't have access to. We can select this as tab hidden as well. That means we can hide this tab for we will be able to view that particular tab. Okay, no any other user in the system will have access. Okay, but as of now, what I want is to tab on that means all the users belongs to this all profiles. They will have access to the tab position tab. Okay, click on next and simply click on save. That's it. We have created our custom, which is position. Okay, so here in the details you will see description, API name. You may have noticed that API name is showing __ C. Okay, when we created the custom object, it was showing position, but now as soon as save this, okay, _C. So always remember, for standard object, the name will be the exact same. Okay, but when we create any custom object, okay, the API will always end with __ C. Okay, type also here. For example, account. You can see account, API name is also account, type is standard. If I search for position, let's just quickly search here. Yeah, so label is position, API name is __ C, and type is custom object. Okay, so from also you can identify whether it is a custom object or standard object. Okay, so API name, it's a custom object, singular label is position, plural label is positions. Okay, and these are some of the optional settings which we enable, reports, track history, activities, okay, deployment status is deploy. Okay, great. Now we have created a custom object. Now we need to create columns in this particular custom objects. Okay, so columns means fields. If I go here for the account, okay, in details, we will see we have multiple fields over here. Okay, so let's quickly check fields position objects. Okay, so fields is like a custom database column, right? We can store the data of our records in the field. So by default, Salesforce provide few fields with Salesforce standard object. Okay, and those are called standard fields, right? So this is the standard object, and these are all the fields provided by Salesforce. So it's called standard fields. Okay, we cannot delete the standard fields from the system. If we want to change the label, okay, uh, we can change the label, but we cannot delete this field. Okay, and also for some standard objects, or not some, sorry, for all standard objects, we can create custom fields as well. Okay, those custom fields we can delete it, but not standard. And for a custom object, okay, now position is the custom object. So when we create any custom object, Salesforce will automatically create some standard fields, and then later on we can create custom field as per the business requirement. Okay, so for our position, let's quickly check the standard fields which is created by Salesforce. So how we can that, you have to go to the object manager. Okay, right now we are in the object manager for position. Okay, and here we have this option on the left hand side panel, which is fields and relationship. Click on this fields and relationship. See these four fields created by Salesforce. Okay, position, name. Okay, data type is text, is the simply text field. Okay, where we can enter data. I don't have any delete button. Okay, then we have owner field, last modified by, and created by. These three fields will show who is the owner, who has created this record. But you can see we don't have any edit field or edit button as well. Okay, no edit button, no delete button. Okay, that means we cannot delete this from the system. It is the mandatory fields. Okay, so let's go here. Owner, yeah. So exactly account owner, we will have a position owner. Okay, using owner field. Then the bottom you can see created by field and last modified by. Okay, it who has created this record and who has last modified this record. Okay, you sure standard fields. Now we will need to create some custom fields for this position object. So let's try to create fields. Yes, we can delete custom fields. Right, not these ones, but we can delete custom fields. Okay, so let's create a new field. Then, so let's right now we are on already on the position object, but let's say from scratch if you want to create, okay, a field for any particular object. Okay, so how we can open that? So let's say that you are in the recruiting application and now you want to create some of the fields for position. How you will go? The steps are the same as for the custom object. Okay, you have to go here in the setup, click on setup here, click setup, click on object manager. Okay, once you click on object manager or object list will gonna show up. You'll have to search for that specific object where you want to create fields and click on the label of that object. Once you click on the label, okay, it will open all the settings for related to that object. We will going to enable, okay, thing that will be only for position object and not for object. Okay, so let's a new field. So in order to create a new field, first you'll have to go here in the fields and relationship. Okay, once you click on fields and relationship, click on this new button. Okay, now the first step is to select the data type. What type of data I should enter in that particular field. Okay, so we have different data types. Salesforce has given different data types. Okay, one first is text, okay, which allows enter numbers or letters. Okay, then we have text area. This is also like text, but here we have character 255. We have long text area, okay, but here we can enter up to this character. We have URL field, we have checkbox field. Okay, it's like a true or false field, okay, which allows us to check or uncheck that particular field. The currency, date, time, email, number, phone, pick list. So pick list means it will be like a drop down field. Okay, let's go here and you can see this rating field. If I click on this pencil icon, then it will going to select multiple values, and from those multiple values I can select one value at a time. Okay, so kind of it's a drop down field where I can select, okay, one value and I can save this. So this is my pick list. Then we have the next one, multi-select, that will have multiple values and you can select multiple values at the same time. Okay, so that will be multi-select. Okay, so these are all the data types which Salesforce has provided to us to create the fields, okay, to enter any appropriate value. So first field which I want to create for the position object is status field. Okay, and this status field will have options like new position, pending approval, or open, approved, let's say closed field. Okay, so that means for status field we will have multiple values. Okay, and from those multiple values user should select any one value at a time. Okay, so this I have to create. So what I did, first click on fields and relationship, then I clicked on new button. So as soon as we click on new button, to select the list one because it allows user to select one value from the list. Okay. Now scroll down and click on next. Now here you will have to enter the field label as status. Okay. And as soon as I enter field label, field name, it will automatically take it also the API name or unique name. Now enter list. Okay. So here we have option for, so in order to enter list one by one, okay, you'll have to select this one, second one, and here is one, and all those values will be separated by a new line like this. So first is new position, then second is pending approval, open approve. Let's say you did something like this. Okay, that means Salesforce, it will consider this as one line. Okay, so don't do like this. Always you'll have to give your each value next line, okay, or separated new line. Okay, that's it. Now you can enter description, help text. Help text is something like this. Okay, so for help text, Salesforce has given this small I, okay, to understand what this field is about. Okay, so if I just hover over, okay, I'll just go simply and hover over, and it will show some display text. Okay, using this display text, we can get the idea what this field and what type of value we should enter over here. What it says, this text displays on detail and edit pages when user hover over the info icon next to this field. Let's see whether we have any. No, we don't have this for standard fields. No worries. You can give help text, for example, select one status. That's it. Okay. As of now, I'm just going to enter this one and then click on next. Now, this will be the visibility, or this comes in the security part. Okay. So we are going to learn about this in detail in security model. So as of now, just keep this as it is and don't make any changes. Click on next. This is the final page. Okay, that means system is going to add this particular field on the page itself. So save. That means let's say if we have position tab over here, okay, and in that particular field you will see the status field. So I'm going to click on save. I just simply clicked on save. Okay, and now our field is created. Let's go here. I'll just quickly refresh this. Okay, we have this position tab by default added over here because when we created position tab, okay, that time we set it as default on, right? And that's the reason it is by default added over here. So there is no need, for extensively go to the application setting and add it. But if you don't see, let's say if you have created position object position tab and you have did all the steps, you have followed all the steps, which we which we are learning right now. And even if let's say you don't see, then you can go to the application setting, navigation setting, okay, and there you can search whether the tab is correctly added or not. If not, you can directly add tab from there. Okay, so yeah, this is the position object. Recently, you will see we don't have any data as of now. Okay, so we'll need to create a data in the system. So for that, just click on this new button. Okay, as of now, we have only position name and status field. Owner, it will by default take whosoever is creating this record. Okay, so name, it will by default take. Let's say if we have not yet created the status field and if I was only creating, okay, this new position, that time I should have only position name and owner. But now as we have created custom field, okay, so we have this option also. Let's see, Salesforce admin. This is the position name and I have to select the status. So you can see this is the I where we can just hover over and we will have an idea about that field, what that field is about, okay, and what we have to do. As of now, I just added select one status, that is the only statement I have added, but you can add it more descriptive for your users to understand. Then select position as new and click on save. So this is the new position record which we have created, which is Salesforce admin. It's a new position. Owner is me and I have created, we last modified this record. Okay. So when, as of now, we only have these fields, right? Only these 5 fields. But when you will create multiple fields on this object and add this field on the page layout, which means, when you create a new one, the last page which opens from that last page, it will automatically add it to this particular view, okay, a layout. So you will see all the fields on this particular page. So let's try to create 2 to 3 new fields. Yes, it can be different. It depends. As of now, I am the only user in this organization, so I am the owner. But let's say that if I create a new user in my system called Devendra, okay, and I have created this record, but I can always transfer the ownership to any other user. Okay, so I can change the ownership from me to Devendra. In that scenario, you will see owner will be Devendra and created which by me. Okay. So let's create a new field. Let's say date field. Okay, I want to create a new field which will be date. So I have to select a data type as date. Click on next. Label will be open date. Field name it will automatically take. Description help text you can add. Click on next. It will be by default setting. Click on next and save. And you can either save or let's say you want to create another field after this. So you can simply do save and new. So once you do save and new, it will automatically redirect us to select field data type, field type or field data type. Okay. So from here you can select, let's say again the next field is date and field label is higher by. Okay. And next and save and new. So one more time, if I do save and new, the cycle will repeat. Okay, it will gonna show the field type. Okay, so let's go here on this particular position object and refresh this page so that we will see whether the fields are got added or not. Yes, you can see two fields added, open date and higher back. These two date fields. So if I click on this pencil icon, I can select okay. So as an assignment, we will give you two objects, okay, and the fields. So you don't worry. This doc will have all the field name which needs to be necessary on this particular position of okay with the data type as well. Okay, so you will have an idea what type of field you need to create. Okay, any questions for custom object creation and object field? Sorry, custom. Yes, Soumya, created by takes us with our login information. Any other question, guys? Have you understood how you can create custom object in the system? Okay, good. So we created custom object for that custom object, which is position. We have created custom fields as well. Okay, so yeah, please. Owner change the fields means exactly what I have not understand this question.
Can he edit field? That is
I said that right. Let's say if I created this position, okay, but later on I want to change the ownership from me to Devendra. I can do that. We have a button here, okay. I can just simply go over here, select any user, okay, and select that one and click on. But as of now, it will not gonna show up. Have any user in my organization. Only user is there. Okay, so we can change this anytime. Question? Dipti, what I will suggest you is just go through the recording, today's recording, okay, and try to understand it. If you still not understand, okay, if you still have some question, then in the next session, next class, we will see, okay? Okay, I'm going to stop the screen sharing now. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Just go through the recording, try to create custom object, custom fields in your system, and let me know if you have any difficulties. Okay.